Hey everybody, it's me, Jake, from Jake and Off. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of my podcast. This week I was joined by a very funny comedian, a very talented artist, and my friend Lisa Pockets. Everybody, give her a round of applause. Let her hear it. We had a fun little time. It's a good little episode. You can check out Lisa on Instagram at Lisa Pockets. She got her art up there. You can see her stand-up dates. It's good. Check it out. Go follow her. Other than that, you know me. I got my own dates. The 30th of September, I'm headlining Barrel of the Bottom, so I will put the ticket link to that in this description of this episode. I would love it to see some of Jake Off Nation out there. So, yeah, buy some tickets to that if you want to support this podcast. Otherwise, follow us at jakeand.off.podcast. And send anything at all to jakeand.off.podcast@gmail.com. Other than that, enjoy the episode. Have a good listen to the episode. Stirrups pushing me out of his vagina.
Good.
This actually kind of ties into something that I was going to talk about.
I'm so excited.
I don't want to get into like a topic. I don't start a topic this early, but this guy in Australia. So this guy in Australia sued a hospital because he watched his wife's C-section and he said that it caused psychotic damage to him. And it wasn't like they didn't like force him to watch or something. They were like, hey, you could watch this, like da-da-da-da-da. And he said that it caused him like incredible mental strain and stuff. And
how do you think your wife feels?
Dude, I know. Yeah. It's really funny. The judge was like, shut the fuck up.
Hey man,
like, shut the fuck up.
Look, I know that I'm a judge, but you're kind of being a dick right now.
Dude, he sued them for almost $1 billion.
The hospital or like just
the hospital.
Wow.
Yeah. He was like, look, you guys made me witness the miracle of childbirth, and it has destroyed me. He's like, so I'm going to need you to give me $1 billion. It sounds like made up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely sounds
Yeah.
made up. But then also, like, I know men, so I think it doesn't sound that made up.
Yeah. He, my favorite part of the article is that they determined he wasn't owed damages because he didn't, first of all, he didn't suffer any economic losses or whatever.
Yeah.
But they had him evaluated, and the evaluation was, came back that he was fine. And the guy was like, I disagree. He's like, I'm fucking crazy, dude.
And I'm fucked up, bro.
Yes, dude.
Just because your little doctors couldn't fucking tell that I was fucked up.
In a court of law, he's like, on record. I will fucking go on record, dude. I am not well. He was like, your doctor is wrong. Because they had a doctor. He was like, you're fine.
Wow.
And he was like, fuck no, I'm not. He's like, I'm fucking insane in the membrane, dude.
I want to go into the world with the confidence of a man that sues a whole hospital for having watched his wife get a C-section.
For $1 billion. That's
the Dr. Evil.
Yes.
It's
shit. Wild. That's like such a high amount of money. Wow. $1 billion. That like implies that whatever was going to happen before you saw your wife's C-section was going to be worth $1 billion.
Or whatever damages that he sees has been caused to him are worth $1 billion.
He said that it caused him it caused the end of his marriage.
No, dude. I have some bad news for you.
I think it might have had a little something to do with you.
Yeah, and maybe nothing with you having to watch your wife's intestines get plopped out on a table, which does happen. That's part of it.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I'm sure that it probably is unsettling to see.
But they didn't didn't like tape him down and then keep his eyeballs open.
Yeah, they're like
because the whole point of you being there is to. No, none of that happened, and he still had the audacity to do that.
$1 billion, man. Get the fuck out of here. What kind of fucking court do you think this is? This is Australia, motherfucker. This is kangaroo court.
The judge is a kangaroo.
Yeah, all the judges in Australia are kangaroos.
They're really judgy.
Or if you're unlucky, you get a wallaby. They're very bad judges.
Hey, do you know about wombats?
No.
Okay.
No, what about them?
So they shit cubes.
No.
Have you ever heard of that? Are you about to Google it?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Do you know why? Because they can stack them like Legos.
Wombat shit.
To what? Did you look it up?
Why do wombats poop cubes on CNN? Well, CNN lies all the time. So let's see what the liberal agenda about this is. Probably has something to do with critical race theory.
At the end, it's the wombat is teaching about critical race theory.
Wow, dude, that is a cube.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh my God, why
Yeah.
does that happen?
Because their buttholes are cube
Well,
shaped.
they're butt squares.
Yeah, they're butt squares.
What's
it
what
can
do you
be a hole.
what do you call? Yeah, I guess that's true.
Holes
I
can be
guess
different
square-
shapes.
Yeah, you're right. I had a lot of preconceived notions
I
about
know, you're
what
being-
holes were.
You're being
before.
really discriminatory about buttholes.
All holes are round.
That's like your level of racism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not a hole. It's a square in the ground. That's wild. That is a cube as hell, man.
Isn't
That's,
that awesome?
Yeah, and so is there a reason? Did they evolve this way?
Yeah, they stack them to attract mates because nothing's sexier than a
Oh,
man that can
dude.
stack his diarrhea.
Building the wall out of your poop. Well, it cannot be diarrhea
No,
and be a
it
cube.
would fall.
So
it
hold
would
on.
fall apart.
Let's not slander.
It'd be like when you can't get a gelatin mold right, and you take the mold off, and
so
it
they
just
make them into walls.
not walls, just stacks. They
Wow.
stack them to claim their
It's like when hippies
territory.
stack rocks.
It's the exact same
Like
thing.
a thing.
Except I would argue that this is way more impressive.
Yeah,
'Cause they're making them.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can
they
make
also
a-
shit a lot,
Really?
way more than people.
That's wild.
So much. Most of their day is shitting. Which honestly, there are worse
Honestly.
things.
I mean, that
that's
doesn't
kind of-
sound like they shit that much more than me. I would say probably most of my day.
I don't know.
Now is shitting, or at least I would say at least I'm thinking about shitting,
Huh.
because it's
Is
there's
it your version of men think about sex every 7 seconds? and
There's
you're-
always-
every 7 seconds you're just thinking
there's
about
always
shitting.
one around the corner. I'm there's I can't escape. It's my curse.
Are
It's
you
my
the type of
curse in
person that
life.
right after you eat you shit like a
Yes.
goose?
Oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
I eat and 30 minutes later I'm pinching one off.
I deeply envy you.
You know what? I actually have so when I was in middle school,
Brag.
this kid, I went to fucking middle school.
Was it public?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, can you just
Yeah.
maybe try to dial it back because you're being too braggy right now.
I there was this kid and I was like, yeah, I just feel like food goes right through me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, that's not how it works. He was like, dude, he got on my fucking ass about it. And he was like, that's not how it works. It takes long for you to digest your food. But then here we are. I'm fucking 29 years old and it still happens. Tell me that's not how it works, dude. Tell me that's not how it works.
Also, you just became a character
Did
just
I?
now. Yeah,
That's
you
really how I feel.
transformed
That's how I feel.
to this bitchy little kid that
He's
you
a
hated.
bitchy little bitch.
I mean, he's also a 29-year-old.
I'll
Might
fuck
still
him
be
up.
Might still be a little bitch.
I don't
though.
even remember who. Here's how much of a little fuck this kid was.
Oh,
I don't
wormy.
remember his name, but I remember what he fucking looked like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those people imprint on you and
Yeah.
your skull. Do you
Yeah.
remember that? Ooh, that was spooky.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
Have you ever? I ask a lot of people on this podcast this. Have you ever butt dialed somebody?
I have butt dialed
And
911.
but not just butt dialed them. Have you ever called somebody at a time where you're maybe doing something you weren't supposed to? My example was my dad. I accidentally called him and I was ripping a bong or something like that, and he heard me and called me back and he was like, "What were you doing?" And I was like,
Coughing.
I was blowing bubbles into a soda cup. Or another one that I have, it's maybe not even a butt dial, but you text the wrong person or something.
Yes.
Or one time I was in before
COVID, like right when COVID happened, I just remembered this the other day. I was in an improv class
I already love
with
it.
some other people and a friend of mine, and COVID happened. Classes kind of get canceled. They're like, hey, like let's meet up and chat on Zoom.
Sure.
You know, everybody's doing Zoom calls at this point in time, and
Jacob.
so we are chatting on Zoom, and like one of the girls in this improv class is just like nobody really liked her very much, and like. And so, but I texted my friend and I was like, God, Julia is such a shithead.
No.
And they were sharing their screen
No.
on accident. And so it came up and like everybody saw it and she saw it and stuff.
Did she
And
say
so-
anything in the
yeah,
moment?
Yeah.
Was she like,
did.
you're a fucking asshole?
She was like, wow. Like, what is that about? Like,
What do you
is that
think it's
really how
about,
you
Julia?
feel? And I was just like, because in that moment, I was like, man, if I like lie to you, it's like even
It's gonna
more
be so
disrespectful.
yeah, you
like,
might as
and so I
well.
was just like, I'm sorry that you saw that, but that is how I feel.
Would you rather
It's
have me
like-
send it to you? Because I could have.
Yeah, I was like, I do. You know what I mean? And
You kind of suck, bro.
I think you are a fucking shithead. And so it was really weird. Everybody else on the Zoom call was laughing really hard.
That's great.
Like even the teacher of the class was kind of laughing, and I felt bad because it's like, you know,
like
it's like that wasn't meant for you.
yes. And technically that's
but-
not nice, but fuck her.
Yeah, like you've never talked shit on the worst person in your improv class.
That's all I do.
You know.
And that's I know
So-
that's a fact because
You got
that's-
anything like that? You ever fucking
Yes.
really?
Jake,
what happened?
I have worse versions of that.
Wow. What happened?
I guess so. I'll tell you the 911 one.
Okay, yeah, hit me.
So I was running,
Okay.
and
How long? When was this?
This is when I was in undergrad.
Okay,
when I was
gotcha.
in college,
Okay.
and I was running, and I had like my little Android at the time in my pocket, and I was doing my little run, and I like heard in my headphones, "Hello, where's your emergency?" And I was like, "Oh no!" And I like pulled my phone out of my pocket, and I had dialed 911. It had rang, and a woman had picked up, and I went, "Ooh, like, I'm so sorry!" Like I
Yeah,
had stopped,
yeah,
and I was
yeah,
also
yeah.
out of breath because I was
Right.
running. So it probably sounded like I'd maybe just escaped a crazy
Yeah.
person's house or something bad had been happening.
You're like, no. Oh, sorry.
Really? It's fine. It's not a big deal. I was running and I butt dialed. And then she like asked me basically 4 separate times, like, are you sure? Like, do you need us to
Yeah.
send anyone? Do you
Yeah.
need it? You know, all this stuff. And I felt so
Right.
so fucking bad. But I didn't get in
Yeah.
trouble.
Nah, that's
Yeah.
that's you know, that's
It's bound to happen.
that's what lightweight. Did you not? Have you ever fucking ripped a bong and called your dad?
No, so I'll tell you what's worse
Yeah.
than that one. That one I just feel bad about.
Yeah,
because that's
just
for people
wasting
who are really-
resources of the
yeah.
public. Yeah.
Yeah.
But whatever,
Big deal.
dude.
Fucking
Come
do
on,
that shit all the
everybody
time.
does that.
Everyone does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking kicked
yeah.
kicked the mayor in the face the
Yeah,
other day.
dude, I fucking trip every postal worker that I see. And just knock them over.
They don't deserve
I
that.
slash all their tires.
Yeah.
Just make it harder.
In their
on
basket of mail they leave in the truck, I shit into it.
You. Yeah, I'm on
Shit on top of
Amazon
the-
side. I want them to do your job.
Me and
I'm
Jeff
on
are
Amazon
close.
side.
Me and Jeff are
Yeah.
close. So the worst one that I can remember is I went swimming. It was summer before last, and I went swimming in this lake that was like really, really sandy. And I like took my swimsuit off, and my boobs were like really sandy. But it was like it was very funny.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
how
yeah,
sandy
yeah.
they were because I
Yeah.
wasn't like rubbing my tummy along the
Right.
sand. Like it was
It's
like
just there's just like dirt.
it just
in
made
the,
no sense
in the water.
because
yeah.
yes, it was disgusting, but
Yeah.
it was great, super warm, and I pissed in it the whole time.
Yeah, dude.
But I'd say it just covering my tits. Like I'd literally it looked like I'd
Yeah.
gotten myself wet and rolled around, and it was so much. It was an alarming amount. Anyway, I'm just saying
Yeah.
the reason for the
That's
picture.
and that's like they had more like they could dial your phone. Is that what happened?
No, I took a picture of them because I thought it was really funny. And mind you, this is like
Yeah.
a day of drinking on the lake.
Right.
And I sent it to Kevin.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Look at these boys! Look at these sand doozies! Look at these sand doodles!" And I had sent it to a group chat with him and his friend.
Oh, dang, dude.
And this guy is going to be one of the groomsmen at our
Oh.
wedding, so he's seen my breasts.
Well, you know, at
And I
least
cu-
they were covered in sand.
At least they were. Now that's his fetish.
Yeah.
But no, I
yeah.
literally, because I'm good friends with him too, because we were in a
Right.
group chat together, and
Yeah.
I like called him immediately. I was like, "Hey, Jack,
Yeah.
can you just
What's
you
up,
know,
bud?
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Yeah, hey bud, what you up to? And he hadn't seen it yet because I'd called him as soon
Yeah.
as it happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to. And he was like, it's cool.
He was like, it's fine. I changed it to your contact photo in my phone.
I hope he did. I mean, beyond the sand, it's a pretty good
Okay,
picture.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty
that's
tough.
way more embarrassing.
Yeah, I just
than
called a lady a shithead who was a shithead.
shithead. Yeah. But you know
So-
what? If the worst thing I've done online is accidentally send a picture of my boobs to one guy, I think I'm still
Yeah.
getting off pretty scot-free.
Dude, have you seen what happened? I bring this all up because have you seen what happened to Lauren Boebert? She's like the crazy conservative Congress lady from Colorado, and she got kicked out of a theater in Denver, Colorado last night, or like this is a couple nights ago, and somebody released the security footage, and so she got kicked out. The initial reporting was like she got kicked out because she was being really loud and she kept vaping.
Ooh, that's
and, like,
classy.
She was like standing up and singing along. It was Beetlejuice the musical. And so she is standing up and singing along to Beetlejuice the musical, which I like Beetlejuice.
Everybody likes
Beetlejuice,
Beetlejuice.
of course. But so no knock on Beetlejuice here. It's just
No
you're
knock
at a
on this
fucking musical.
crazy
Stop
whore.
standing up and singing along.
See, is
Well,
so I assume it wasn't like a standing up, like it was just
no,
a musical
it was
that
at
you
like
sit, buy a ticket
yeah,
to.
Yes.
So she was
yes.
fully standing. She was
She's
high
like
as a
standing
kite,
up and
dude.
singing, but then also in the security footage, she's like totally like groping her like dates like junk, and he's like
No.
grabbing her tits and
No,
stuff. Yeah,
that's
dude.
great.
Do you want to see it?
Yes, I do. Do you want to see it?
Okay, yeah.
Not safe for work content.
So it's pretty grainy, but yeah, dude, he's like totally grabbing her tit, and she's like grabbing his junk and stuff. And meanwhile, everything before this is just this lady is like vaping and fucking screaming along to the musical and shit. Everybody around her is just like so pissed off. And yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
she totally got busted getting groped at a Beetlejuice.
And also,
musical.
doesn't it just like feel so yummy in your tummy when
Oh,
when
yeah.
conservatives do dumb?
Well, she is
shit.
like totally. I mean, because, not for nothing. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. But, like, she was on, like, sugar daddy sites and stuff before she became a congresswoman. And it's like, dude, I don't care. The only reason why I think that's pertinent to the situation is because you're shitting on people for doing that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
that's a shitty
You know
thing
what
to
I mean?
do.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have it both ways.
You did a fucking 180.
Yeah.
But
which is
you,
okay, but you're also not allowed to fucking be a douchebag about it.
Yeah, she does want to have it both ways. That's a good. She wants to have her breast fondled and shame people for it too.
Yeah.
And it's
But
funny.
also, like, great breasts. When you pulled up the video, I honestly,
nice tits.
you said congresswoman, and I was like, nice middle-aged white lady.
No,
and it's
no.
like this young, busty.
She's like
gal.
she's like notoriously known. This is her. This is a picture of her.
Mm.
She's like known as like one of the better looking Congress members
Well,
of
I'd
Congress.
love to see that book.
Yeah, dude.
That's-
the fucking
The most
the fucking
fuckable.
sexy congressman calendar. Fucking Lindsey Graham is like July or something. I
Oh
don't
fuck!
know.
His legs spread
Fucking
open.
Disgusting fucking human being. But yeah, she's like known as like one of the more attractive people in Congress for sure.
Which is a pretty low bar.
Yeah, it's like such a low
Christ.
bar. It's like being the smartest idiot. So,
Which is also
congratulations.
appropriate for
Yeah,
Congress people.
Smartest idiot.
Yeah.
She's brilliant. Only intelligent people get fondled to Beetlejuice.
Yeah, what of all the musicals to feel like
I
you want to get your
know.
nut off on?
It's like Cats, dude. I'm
Well,
going with Cats.
Yeah, I was about to say that's kind of a sexual because they're all like in skin tight.
Yeah,
Cat-
and
like,
they're
that's
jumping
kinda-
around and they're
I
singing
don't know.
fucking.
That's kind of horny.
What's one of them? They're like Mungo Cherry.
No, go.
I've
Keep
seen-
going.
I don't know.
Keep
I don't know.
going.
I don't think that it's necessary.
Do your best Taylor Swift.
You guys
cat.
know the rest. Ooh, Taylor Swift was in Cats.
Yeah, I know.
Jenny and I just watched that movie for the first time because we've seen the musical. Like
That's
we've gone to the
adorable.
musical. Great musical.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
It's a
the
staple
movie
for a reason.
is
Garbage.
trash.
Yeah,
it's
bad.
so bad.
It's bad, but it's funny bad.
It is
It
like
is.
hilariously bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like the way that they make them move and stuff. It's like you could have just put them in costumes.
And why? Why did their skin need to be like CG?
Yeah.
And why did Idris Elba? Not that I'm complaining, but like he had
Yeah.
cat abs.
Yeah, dude.
which and like cum
It's
gutters.
real- it
like
is really hot.
it was
You're
hot,
like, this is really hot.
but it like crossed too many wires in my brain.
Yeah, dude. It made you attracted to your
I don't
want to
fuck a cat. And you know what? My real cat in real life has 3 legs, so she can't get away quick enough from me. And that's not fair to her.
Yeah. Because you're worried about it?
I'm worried I'm going to fuck her.
Yeah.
I'm worried I'm going to fuck that cat.
Ugh. Well, it's funny that you bring up Taylor Swift, though, because big news in Kansas City.
I know.
Taylor
Everyone's
Swift
been
and
talking
Travis
about it.
Kelce, maybe they're dating, dude.
Maybe they're
Pretty
fucking.
tight. Pretty tight. Way to go, Trav. I love you, dude.
It is weird to to know that there is more than just Patrick Mahomes on that team.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know there were other players.
Well, Travis Kelce is like a pretty popular guy because he's a podcast with his brother. So we're in the same line of work. You know, it's just like mutual respect from one podcaster to another. You know, hey, way to go, man.
Aw. Hey man,
Congrats.
game recognized game.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fabulous.
But you know, they have like a really popular. So he is like in the public eye like quite a bit, especially for like most other NFL players.
he's very
I'd say.
handsome. He's a
Yeah,
handsome
he's a
man.
good-looking guy.
Yeah.
One time I got my hair cut.
By him.
No, not by Travis Kelce. But my dad was like, "You look like Travis Kelce right now," and I was like, "That's really nice of you, Dad, but that's just not true.
That's really because it just shows how
It's
much
really
he
sweet of
loves you.
I look more like Jason Kelce.
Who is that? Is that his
That's
brother?
his brother. He's also an NFL player, good-looking guy. I just look closer to him. That's what I would say.
Are they on the same team?
No, that would be cool
Oh,
though, huh?
That would be cool.
There are brothers who have played on the same team before.
Yeah. I don't
Yep.
know anything about sports.
It didn't, you know, they didn't have any telepathic connection.
I know, but like, how fun would it be? I guess if you hated your brother, maybe it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
But I figured they wouldn't put you on the same team if you.
Well, they do their podcast together.
So they like each
They're
other.
both fellow podcasters. Yeah, we're all in the same line.
We're
of
all
work.
yep, exact same line of work, same skills. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you know, dating Taylor Swift, pretty big jump, dude. Hitting out of his league for sure.
Yeah.
She's like a gazillionaire.
Yeah, and a absolutely worldwide megastar.
Yeah, like just totally beyond
How did
comprehension.
they even meet?
Yeah,
like, how did
somebody.
that
Well, somebody. If you're Taylor
On
Swift,
Raya?
someone sets up how
That's
you like
true.
with everybody that
Every
you meet.
interaction. is
Yeah,
set up
there's
for
like
you.
no really like time where you're not. Somebody's like, and this is da da da. But he tried to like
roll like slide
pass
in your
her
DMs.
like get backstage and like give her a note or something like that when she was doing a concert in town
Interesting.
because she performed at Arrowhead.
Yeah,
It was like wild when she was here. It was crazy.
that's what I was told.
There were so many people here for the concert. They opened up her merch shit out there like the day before.
Yeah, because they
people were, like,
probably
in
felt like
line.
they need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wild.
I had a friend, her like nieces trekked across town because they were only here
Mhm.
for a night for First Fridays for an art show,
Yeah.
just to take a picture in front of the cutout.
Wow. It's so far away from First Fridays.
Yeah.
It's like
So
a 20-minute drive.
Yeah. So I don't
God
like.
damn.
I don't necessarily think she's bad, but I'm
No,
not. I'm not
no.
a. I don't know.
You're
what
not a
that's all about.
Swiftie?
Yeah, I
You're
wouldn't
not
really.
you're not a Swiftie. I'm slowly becoming, hey, you keep dating Travis Kelce.
Well, yeah, we'll
and
see
you
what
might
happens.
have a new fan.
Yeah,
I
that's exciting though. I bet everyone in Kansas City is shitting their pants.
yeah, everybody's like, "Oh my fucking god."
People are paying attention to us.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, pretty sick, pretty sweet. I feel like there was something else that I needed to say about it, but I can't remember what it is right
That's
now.
okay, buddy.
And that's just bad podcasting. And this is why I'll never
Travis
be
Kelce would be
yeah,
really
he'd be so disappointed.
He'd be really.
He'd be like, "Look, we're not in the
he's
same
gonna
line of
call you
work."
later. He's gonna call you later and be
I
like, "Hey,
wish.
man, you really need to get your
Trav,
shit
give me a
together."
call. Holler.
Holler.
JakeandOff.podcast@gmail.com.
So it's Jakin.
Jaking off, yeah.
Okay.
Why, you thought it was jacking off?
Well, that's what it like is supposed to be.
No, it doesn't. Jack is spelled with a CK. Jake is spelled with an
I feel like
AK.
you've had like rehearsed this conversation.
Jaking off. Well, it's just like, why? My name is Jake.
Yeah,
Why would it be jacking off if it's spelled like
but it
jaking
looked
off?
like that's the. What's the off? How is that related?
No. It's a pun. it's like a play on the word jacking off.
So it is still an allusion to
Kinda.
masturbating.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, the whole art.
The
It looks
picture
like
is-
I'm a penis.
Yeah.
Jenny made that.
Yeah, I know. I
She
know her
did a
style. I was
lovely
like,
job.
that is a
That's
Jenny
so great.
original.
I did though. I made like a prototype image where I like photoshopped my
Over a penis.
Yeah. No, I photoshopped my face into like a fist, like a hand, and I put like Jake off, and I was like, I kind of want it to look like this, but like good. You know?
I bet she was like, Jesus
She's
fucking
like, God,
Christ.
you fucking
You stupid
idiot.
idiot.
She's like, you fat fuck. I was like, Jesus, Jenny.
No, that's
No, I'm just kidding.
I feel like that's part of your foreplay is her saying that to you.
Yeah, I need it. Well, I'm just like,
to even
come
get
on.
there,
Yeah, to
you need to be
even
called a
get
fat fuck.
to even get started. I'm like, look, if you, I told her day one, I was like, if this is gonna work out at all, you're gonna have to get used to calling me a fat fucking pig. You're gonna have to get used to calling me your big fucking hog. All right?
Not that you
How
have
it
a
is.
big fucking hog. That
No, it's tiny, as we
yeah,
said before.
again.
It's
well, not
fucking.
but once she starts
Once
saying that
once
stuff,
it grows, though, it's like,
bigger than a
you
house.
know, yeah. Well, not bigger than a house, but it just gets normal size. But to get normal size, it has to grow like 1,000,000 times.
I see.
bigger,
So
you know?
that's why you could put your flaccid dick in the
In the
cheese-
little tiny
the
hole,
tiny hole of the
on the cheese whiz. But you're saying cut out the bottom. Let's get back to this.
yeah. So if you want to come in a cheese whiz can,
Yeah, cut out the bottom.
not to use some
Yeah.
insider info, some inside baseball.
If you want to cut out the cheese, if you want to come in a cheese whiz can and your dick is so huge that it can't fit into the little spout
which
on
is
the
my
end,
issue.
yeah, which is so big. It's not a lot of people have that problem, but if you do, go ahead, Lisa.
So what happens? You cut out the bottom with the knife. You pop it off.
Yeah,
You can pour a little cheese out. It's
Yeah.
up to you.
nice.
You
Eat
can
it.
mix. You can eat it.
Yeah,
Just don't eat it after you've
Yeah.
come in it, because that's
Yeah.
not part of the.
Yeah.
Unless you want it to be.
yeah,
That's your own thing.
right.
Don't cut your penis on the sharp
Yeah,
edges of the metal.
glass or the metal, right?
You know those glass cheese whiz
yeah, the
cans?
glass cheese whiz bottles.
That's millionaire talk right there.
I was always like, is this even safe? People can cut their dicks on these if they want to come. If they want to come in them. They
To be fair,
I always thought it was weird.
like if you stuck your dick in a cheese, do you think that soft cheese would be kind of like a nice like fleshlight?
no, I don't.
You were
think
really
so.
confident about that answer.
I don't think so because here's what I'm saying. So. First of all, what's the whiz like in there? I don't
Before
know,
it comes
I
out of
don't
the
know
spray
I
thing.
don't know the science behind
I
how
think it's just
the spray
liquid.
bottles work
I
because
think
I'm
it's
like,
just liquid cheese.
but is it though? Because the way that
What do
I
you
imagine
think is inside the cheese?
the way that
whiz
I
can?
imagined is that it's like some gaseous like ball of gas that like when forced through this little hole, like there's a chemical reaction that creates the cheese or whatever else you're spraying. I don't know.
Jacob.
I don't actually believe
So when
that.
you said you went
But
to
it's just like
public,
what I imagine.
when
know?
you said you went to public middle school, did
For
you
all
also,
we
did
know,
you
that
also
could be what
stop
it
at
is.
public middle school?
Yeah.
Did you stop going to school?
Yeah. Well, they wanted me to get vaccinated.
You know how I feel
was
about that.
Like, and my parents did too, but I was like, "Mom, guys, are you gonna make me take this experimental?"
Put this in my body?
Yeah,
No, I'm
I was-
pure.
I was an anti-vaxxer, even though everyone around me was pro-vax.
Mm.
I was, but lion among sheep.
How does it feel being brave?
Do you ever see people who they have like those frames on their profile pictures on
Yes.
on Facebook and shit? You ever see like the anti-vax ones? They're like fucking
No,
like
thank-
no jab. or
No
whatever.
jab.
There's some really funny versions of that when every year on 9/11
I
they make
love where this is going.
they make a thing where you can put like remember 9/11.
yeah.
And there's this dude that I went to high school with that I like was friends with on Facebook, and he had that frame on it, but like the picture was an engagement photo of him and his like, and so he's like kissing his fiance or whatever in a field, and then it just says like it's like 9/11, like never forget. And then he also changed it when the guy from Linkin Park killed himself. It had like a Linkin Park logo on it. And I honestly, if it was like a bit, like it would be really funny.
But it's not. I'm
But
sure it was in earnest.
It's in earnest, and so it just is really odd. It's like, why would you choose that picture of like it's like Chester like never fucking you'll never be dead, man, and then it's just him like fucking making out with his fucking fiance.
Sometimes, like, I love when art just occurs in front of you
Yeah.
on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, you know that I told one of my old bosses the story because he's not like online chronically.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that whole thing when Ben Shapiro was like, when Wet Ass Pussy came out?
And he was reading it, and he was like, "I get my da 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 in this wet AP."
But then he also did that
Yeah.
tweet that was like, "I'm married to a doctor."
Yeah.
And she's
And she says,
That-
"Pussies don't get wet." Take that, liberals.
also he does sound like a cartoon mouse. So that
He's-
was like,
He says,
Very
"My
accurate.
doctor wife said that women aren't allowed to come. God doesn't want them to."
but there's like so not few because I think they happen a lot, but there are
Mhm.
like so few moments when it is such perfect
Yeah.
like satire that
Yes.
just like happens naturally that it like that's when I come.
Dude,
That's how I come.
Yeah, somebody couldn't have thought of a funnier
Couldn't
thing
have written anything
than
funnier
Ben
than
Shapiro reading the lyrics to "Wet Ass Pussy."
that. Yeah.
Have you ever seen that? It's like that mom reading the lyrics to "North North."
What is North North?
It's a song by Vince Staples and NORF. But this lady, it's like, you know, she's clearly a very concerned mother.
Who was making this poor woman read this?
So she found it on her kid's computer. So
Oh shit.
here it is.
I love white woman recites.
Okay. I usually listen to like The Effect. It's all Toby Mac, Newsboys, it's Christian music. That's what I usually have it on in my car. I had just dropped Gabby off and this rap song comes on. And guys, I could not believe what I was hearing. Like, this is on our local radio station. This crap is being played. I couldn't even believe the words.
Crap. That's charming. Crap.
Well, I mean, it's dog shit.
It's not. You know what it is? It's fucking dog shit. Nothing would make me happier as if she said that. Crap. Come on.
Okay, and I'm going to read it to you. And I want you to just listen to the words. And I'm telling you that some of this, I'm going to cuss. I'm just going to repeat what it says. But these aren't my words, obviously. I just want you to listen to it, okay? All right. Okay. It's a little long, so bear with me. It says, "Bitch, you thirsty? Please grab a Sprite. My Crip's lurkin'. Don't die tonight. I just want to dance with you, baby. Just don't move too fast. I'm too crazy. Man down the Ave and get shaded. Take a nigga mind off that. We can dip."
She said it. I
God.
forgot she said
God
it, dude.
damn
It's crazy. It's so
Wow.
fucking wild, right?
Wow.
It's like, lady, you gotta be smarter than that.
She's not.
It's wild. It's how dumb could you be?
I mean,
You read it, you said it on the internet, and you posted it.
you posted it.
Aw,
She took
dude.
time to upload this.
I
And it looks like a long
know.
fucking video, so it probably took
It's
a minute.
13 minutes long. I did
Yeah.
not remember it being 13 minutes
She's
long.
got a lot to say.
But she reads the whole song. So she reads
With
like
all the N words apparently
yes,
said in full.
Yeah, and she got like clowned for this, obviously.
Wow,
'cause
I'm
it's,
really
like,
surprised
So
by-
stupid,
Fucking
dude.
idiot.
Why are people?
Hey, if we
want
to talk about fucked up moms,
ooh,
I
you
mean,
got a
this might
fucked
be
up
too
mom?
dark for this
Okay,
podcast.
no,
so you can be
nothing's
like,
too
you're like,
dark.
Lisa, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's
reel it
fine.
in.
I mean, I can always trim it out or whatever.
Yeah.
So what
Or
happened?
you can murder me after this.
yeah,
And just
his
never.
his mom is fucked up.
Okay. Have you heard of 8 Passengers?
No,
Jake.
what is it?
Jake. I
What-
might ruin your night.
Okay.
I might
Alright.
ruin your night.
Okay, go ahead.
So, that just really reminded me of it because it's like the same lady. It's like this white woman that
Yeah.
exists online. She like
Yeah.
became a family vlogger, like influencer
Okay.
on YouTube in like 2010s, 11s,
All
12.
right.
and she just kind of gained popularity. She had over millions.
This is
of
a real lady.
real person.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of the YouTube channel is like 8-Passenger Van because she's super conservative Christian and has 6 kids.
Octomom kind of shit.
Well, yeah, and then her
Mhm.
husband is the other person in the van.
Mhm.
Anyway, so 8 people total, 6 kids though, and like the whole thing. Yeah, if you look into it, you're gonna fuck your pussy
not
up
gonna
bad. Yeah, it's bad,
but tell
but
me
it's
about
really
it.
interesting.
Explain it to me.
If we're talking about like how funny and insane
I'm not.
the
I don't
internet
want to
is,
look it up because I'm worried.
it's gonna bum you out.
Yeah,
It bummed me out.
but tell me.
But
though.
it's so I've been talking about it with everyone because it's
So
so
what happens?
interesting. So, since she's a family vlogger, she films like
Yeah.
everything right in the house, but even like stuff that you would say is probably intimate moments with your
Yeah.
child that they probably don't want broadcasted
like
to the world.
for example.
For example, whenever they are punished or disciplined,
Oh,
she puts the camera up and she was like, "Tell me why you were bad. Like, tell the camera why you
Oh
were bad and
my
why you didn't get
God.
dinner tonight."
what?
So it was like that, and then she also like filmed her daughters shaving their legs for the first time and going bra shopping. So there's a lot of like boundary
Weird.
issues.
Yeah,
So she
yeah.
started like getting hate because they're like, this is kind of like borderline child abuse.
Well, I would
Like-
say I would actually say maybe not even borderline.
No, it's yeah,
It
fucking
sounds pretty
crazy
clearly
town.
like child abuse.
crazy town.
Yeah, that's wild.
And she like what she recorded like everything,
Yeah.
everything, and she put the tag to their page on the back of their van, so like you could follow. Yeah, it was crazy shit, and she was making millions of dollars from family, quote unquote, family friendly sponsorships,
oh my god.
because that's like a very lucrative.
yeah.
Um.
And like Unilever is like calling her and they're like, "Hey, can you fucking beat the shit out of these kids some more?
Yeah, with
We're
our soap
doing big numbers. Yeah, will you fucking stuff a bar of our soap in your kid's mouth?"
and kick him in the head. It is, dude. It's like, but that's the
That's
level.
insane.
It's crazy. But anyways, she's like in the news big because
Right.
she just got arrested
Whoa.
and got sentenced to 90 years, bitch.
What?
Because
Fucking
Jacob,
what?
this is the dark part that I
Whoa,
warned you
that
about.
wasn't the dark part?
No, bitch, it got way worse. It escalated to like 1,000.
What
It's
happened?
horrible. It's horrible. So there are like 3 problem children.
Oh
that she deems
no,
problem
but they're
children.
not actually problem children.
No, they're normal kids.
Yeah, they're just like
who are
childs.
existing.
Yeah.
So she over time you can even tell like watching the videos she like punishes them more.
Yeah.
And her oldest son, she like made him sleep in the living room on a sleeping bag for like 7 months
Mm.
because he had pulled a prank on his brother, and this was the prank. He was just like, "Hey, Russell, we're going to Disneyland," and like made him get up and get dressed and stuff. Which I'm like, that's shit that my sister would do to me.
Yeah.
My sister once woke me up by getting a bucket of ice cold water and dumping it on my face.
And your parents were like, "Good
My mom
job."
thought it was hilarious. And like
That's
that's how he was punished.
wild.
And then he was sent to a horrible troubled teens camp,
Dude.
which those are effed up.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Horrific. This
Horrific.
literally is the almost, so if you remember John and Kate +8,
Girl.
it's the same shit is like, so the allegations against what's her face, Kate Goslin,
Yeah.
are that she was like abusing one of their kids. Like one of their kids, if you like go back and watch the show, apparently like he's always being treated like the worst and the harshest, even on camera and stuff. And like even the other kids, like he wasn't allowed to eat with them and stuff.
Oh my fucking
And like
God.
he was completely separated from like all the kids and like basically just became like the punching bag for the mom. And like she was just like the kid that he abused, and he started to like talk about it at school or something like that,
Yeah.
and then she had him sent to a troubled teen camp. Dude, see, that's the fucking thing about these people. This is what drives me crazy about these people is like what they really want, you know, is like they don't want to have to take responsibility for their fucking children, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what, man? If you don't want your kid to go to a fucking drag time story hour, then don't take your fucking kid there. You know what I mean?
No one's gonna come to your
Yeah.
house and drag your child out and put them in a rainbow fucking flag.
It's,
Chill out.
It's insane. It's fucking bananas that like this is like the level of conversation where we're like, dude, we have people. My cousin works at, he's a teacher and he's a union rep for like a teachers union.
Oh hell yeah.
And he like sent me a clip because there's this dude at their fucking school that like he's just like a crazy anti-mask dude. It's the same shit that you see at school boards everywhere. There's just people going there and being like, "You're indoctrinating our kids," and it's like, dude, it sounds like you're indoctrinated.
Yeah. You're You're
That's what it sounds like.
screaming at us. This is a
Yeah.
board meeting. Can you chill
like
out?
the book bans and stuff is like really it gets my blood boiling. I brought this this is sort of related, I guess, to this thing. So this made me laugh. I also think it's like pathetic. But this lady she was like testifying in this like, you know, town hall type situation. She's a citizen. This is in Tennessee. And this lady happens to actually work for like a Republican campaign too. So she's really kind of like a party operative type.
Yeah.
You know, small town,
Small town.
party operative. But she gives this speech where she starts crying
Already love
about how this place in Philadelphia is like telling kids about butt plugs, like giving kids butt plugs or something, and it's like so heinous. Like, of course they aren't giving 8-year-olds butt plugs, but
I hope
it's
they
like,
are.
dude, honestly, I was thinking that in like while I was watching it, is like, dude, fucking, I kind of
You know
fucking
what?
hope they really
Here's
are.
the thing:
just 'cause
8-year-olds
you're
are
being
already
such a
like
crybaby.
exploring their bodies.
Dude.
So like, I don't know. Not that I'm
But
not
they-
advocating for giving butt plugs to 8-year-olds, but there are way worse
But they
things.
literally they literally aren't. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
have, so it's this organization that is in Philadelphia. It's in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, which is like around where Philadelphia is.
Sure. Yeah.
It's Lower Bucks. It's the Lower Bucks Rainbow Room, and it's literally like you can go to their Instagram page. They're doing like community like watch parties for like the that Heartstopper show on Netflix or
I don't
something.
know what that is.
It's just a show with 2 gay teens.
Cute.
They're not fucking giving kids butt plugs.
How did she get?
They have done like
from
sexual.
Fox News.
Yeah,
That's
they've
where
done
she
like
got that
sexual
information.
education courses or whatever, but
Yeah.
like the organization is only for people who are at least 14 years old.
So not
And so it's like, dude,
8-year-olds aren't even in the room.
Yeah. So like, dude,
Much
it's like
less getting butt
14-year-olds should be learning about sex.
No shit.
So that they don't have fucking babies.
Yeah.
You know what
I don't know
mean?
how
Like,
dumb you were fucking at 14,
No.
but I was marvelously dumb.
I was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to think that I've done a bit of growing.
Since 14 to
but
29.
Here's this video of this lady crying about the butt plugs. It makes me laugh. so hard.
Also, I think we
Go
should have
ahead.
a tally with how many white women we watch cry in this. Because we're at 2. We're at 2 now,
That's what
okay?
a lot of this podcast.
Yeah.
This podcast
White women crying.
is very based, and we do a lot of white women crying stuff.
Should I start crying just to even it out?
Yeah,
so we
I
have
mean, yeah,
A
if you-
nice 3.
If you
Okay.
don't, then it's like, what am I having you on for?
Also, love the shirt, the We the
Yeah.
People V-neck.
No, so it actually
Class.
it's in the text of We the People, but it says We the Parents. Yeah,
Oh.
because this lady's pilled as fuck.
Could you give me one of those brushes so I can stab them into my ear and then my eyes, so I don't have to see or hear any
Here
of
she
this?
is. Oh, whoops.
That was really embarrassing.
I know.
I'm really upset.
Hello,
with
my
you.
name is Erin Mazzoni, and my address is on file. I just moved here from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Hearing what this
Oh,
person
already.
just said really upsets me
Already.
because our entire community of North fell apart.
Love this guy.
It was like watching a bad car accident for 3 years straight. It started out as pride coming in, and I thought everything would be okay.
Already be crying talking about pride.
I
Wow.
like the way that she says it. How she's like, it started with pride coming in, and it's like, yeah,
It's a
dude.
Stephen King monster.
Yeah, like it's the
lurking around.
mist, you know. It's
And
fucking.
then pride
First
came in.
pride came, and we
I
thought
saw
it would be okay. It's just a little pride.
I saw one feather boa and I shit my pants.
And next thing I knew, my daughter had a butt plug. That's really what happened to
My
these
daughter
people.
had an asymmetrical haircut.
They found like a vibrator in their daughter's room. And
That's
they
really what
fucking their
happened.
minds melted, and they were just like, "Oh."
Man, I wish I had a vibrator when I was that young. That would have been awesome. I would have never left my role. You know what I mean, though? Like, I don't know. I would have
Yeah,
never
you're like,
left
I wish I learned about jerking off sooner.
No, I knew about jerking off.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But it just would be, it's much faster.
Yeah.
With a,
Fair enough.
okay.
Let's
That's
see.
not what we're talking about, Jacob.
Yeah. Here. She's gonna get into the butt plug talk.
And I thought everything would be okay. I was totally fine with them having and doing what they wanted under the laws. And it ended with a rainbow room where 8 to 12-year-old kids were given butt plugs and dildos and trained. They just got a city grant for $650,000 to be able to do more training on the children. It was horrendous. I have asked my friends there
can't
what,
stop watching that
if
guy's,
it's
like,
getting any
sullen
better.
face.
Every single one of them are leaving. And it is a very good tax base. These conservatives are good
Okay,
tax base
So,
people.
did you see a single tear though?
No.
It was all in the voice.
Yeah, she's
I think she is fake as
she's
hell.
internally
Yeah.
crying. You know, honestly, I think that like it's she could be faking, but I also think that it's also just as likely that she's just this fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, what a dummy. You think that they're giving 8-year-olds dildos,
And then
lady?
training. She said training.
Training them. It's like, yeah, what is it, ISIS? They got like 8-year-olds doing like push-ups with
Push-ups
like their-
and handling
but
an
it's like
AK.
there's a dildo and they're like putting it in
Yeah, in their mouth.
as their-
And also, like, how do you demonstrate?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Can you go get one really quick? I'm asking you to demonstrate.
It's I don't feel comfortable, but hey, I think it's fine for 8-year-olds, but for me,
But for me, look,
too far.
8-year-olds can do whatever they
Look,
want.
yeah, I say, hey, say la vie. To each their own. You're 8, I'm 29. You know,
Do what you
you
want.
like butt plugs. It's
Good
not
for you.
me.
Good for you.
But it's just so funny, dude. Like this meltdown of like they're giving butt plugs to 8-year-olds. It's like, no, they're not. It's so
fucking
insane. Like,
Idiot, you crazy
Yeah.
idiot.
yeah, butt
It
plugs
is.
to
It is
8-year-olds.
really objectively incredibly funny to see someone crying while
Yeah.
mentioning butt plugs.
Yeah, it's just as like there's something hilarious about it. I mean, like ultimately, it is like this whole like movement against anything gay or trans or just like not straight in this country is like fucking terrifying and fucked up. But it also is just like hard for me not to laugh when there's a lady standing at a podium with a shirt that says "We the Parents," and there's like, and then they trained him on dildos.
Also, didn't she start with like it was like watching a car wreck, like
Yes.
talking about
She
gay,
was
the
like,
gay
it was
agenda?
Watching a repeated car wreck in my town. First, the pride came, and we thought it was fine. She was like, we were fine with them doing anything that was within the laws. And it's
Which,
like,
like,
what does that
what is-
fucking mean?
Yeah, and also, what laws specifically say you can't give a butt plug to an 8-year-old?
Dude, it's crazy. Like, there's no, there's no evidence that other than the fact that like sexual education helps people not have kids when they're teenagers. It helps them recognize when somebody is doing something bad, like sexual assault
Yep.
or something like that. There is like almost no like negatives to it. And exactly what you said. It's like, dude, fucking yeah, obviously nobody's giving 8-year-olds fucking butt plugs, but like 8-year-olds know that fucking penises and vaginas exist, man.
Yes. They
You know
have
what I
they
mean?
have parts.
Yeah.
Like they're not. That's the thing too. So this is kind of off topic.
Yeah.
Well, sort of. So that when I went to grad school, my thesis was about like the internet and misogyny on the internet.
Mhm.
And part of learning
Gamergate.
actually that was part of
Yeah.
my thesis. yeah.
Gamergate.
Mostly is about incels though,
Yeah.
which those go hand in
Yeah.
hand.
Crossover.
Crossover special.
Yeah.
They fucking suck. But one of the things I learned is that now currently the average exposure to pornography is 9.
Yeah.
So like you could argue that having sex education even sooner is actually really, really good
Yeah.
for children because
Dude.
like they can't assume that what they see here is like that's real life all of the time, because obviously that can develop into some really confusing and scary feelings when they're not given the fucking information, especially when they're shitty Christian
Yes.
tearful mom
Oh, yes.
will never talk to them about sex.
She's like, oh, sorry, baby, you don't have a pussy.
Yeah, that is. There's nothing down there as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned.
Dude,
Yeah.
I like honestly too, it's like, yes, of course children are seeing porn at a younger age. Dude, the first porn that I ever saw, my brother and some of his friends were like, "Dude, you got to check this out. It's so cool."
Great
And
film.
it was Two Girls, One Cup. They like tricked me into watching
you
Two Girls, One
joking?
Cup. Yeah.
How old were you?
I was like 9 or 10.
That
I was
is
like
so
I think it was like
horrible.
9 to 11, somewhere in there.
And you're like, this is
My brother's like
sex.
2 years older than me. I mean, I didn't think there wasn't like a moment where I was like, "Hey, this seems fucking
you
like."
you were
I guess
horrified.
that's just how it is. Like, I knew that it was kind of like I was like, "Dude, this doesn't seem right."
Yeah.
You're telling me that Dad made me by shitting on Mom? Come on, dude.
Maybe
I'm a little-
metaphorically.
I'm a little smarter than that. Okay.
Give me a little bit more
He
credit.
didn't
than
poop on her. It must have been something. Okay. I'm still not quite sure what it is.
that. Poop may have been involved.
Yeah.
Not 100% on that. But I don't think it was this.
But yeah, dude, it's like, but of course that was I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh my
Were you kind
God.
of traumatized
It's
a
like,
little
what
bit?
the fuck, dude? It's like, why are they doing that? It didn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? But I like knew. I was like, okay, that's not normal. Because
Yeah.
then, like, because they were pranking. I mean, pranking. You know, I
don't pranking or fully
they were
traumatizing you.
they were also children, so it's like
Oh,
they didn't
it's-
understand,
I
like
get
you
it.
know. But
I also grew up when the internet was
Ugh.
happening, and
dude, it was tough
Yeah.
though. Man,
but I didn't also grow up with boys, so I think that was just a little bit
poop everywhere.
different. Yeah, poop and cum and
and
farts
tits.
and
Poop and tits.
yeah. Do you want to hear the first semi-pornographic video? Anything having to do with
Yeah.
sex, really?
Yeah.
That was like online was a
Mhm.
video my sister and her friend were watching. That was like a weird, like looking back, I'm like, why did this video exist? So it was
Mhm.
like an 8-bit, like it was like basically a recording of an 8-bit like Mario game.
Uh huh.
And this is so like now describing it. This is the first time I
Yeah,
describe it out
dude.
loud. It's really fucking
Yeah,
stupid.
maybe 2 Girls, 1 Cup isn't that traumatizing after all.
I know. Well, I don't know. Yeah, and then and then Mario murdered Peach in the end and stabbed her in the vagina.
What,
No,
really?
that didn't. I'm kidding.
Oh god.
Yeah, that'd be horrible. No, so the whole thing was like you were watching it and you watch Mario beat all these levels, and then like at one of the levels he like takes Peach's dress off, but it's 8-bit, so it's just like nude colors.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And she kind of has
You're just
breasts,
like,
but
those are
they're
nipples.
yeah, it's like
Those are nipples.
she must be naked. That's the whole thing.
They don't
and they
look
like,
like nipples, but those are nipples.
but those are nipples, and then they fuck.
Yeah.
They like hump, but as much as 2 8-bit
Yeah, it's
characters
just like
can
boing,
hump.
boing, boing.
And then it
like he's
zooms
getting a bunch
in
of coins.
on his penis.
Whoa.
And then a bunch of like white comb comes out.
But is it
and
still
I had
an 8-bit?
Yes.
Okay.
And I had the thought of like, what is that?
Yeah.
And my first thought was like, is that toothpaste?
Yeah.
Is there toothpaste shooting out? Is that what happens? Is that what comes out of penises, Jake?
Is that what I've been brushing my teeth with this whole
Have my
time?
parents been giving me
My parents have been making me brush my teeth with cum. Oh,
Oh fuck.
that's fucked
So that was
up.
my first experience,
Yeah.
like pornographic experience.
Yeah, I think I got you beat. 2 Girls,
Yeah.
1 Cup, way better. Way better film.
Did you ever get tricked into watching Lemon Party?
No, what is that?
So like your friends would be like, "Hey, go to lemonparty.com. It's awesome."
Yeah.
And it's just 2 old gay men fucking each other. That's the whole thing.
Well, that's nice.
And there's also meatspin.com.
Meat spin,
Which
I
that
know
one
about.
you should have
That's
yeah.
just fun.
That is
that's
just
good
fun.
old
That's
fashioned
just someone
fun.
that's just
A
guy
little
having fun.
helicopter. A little helicopter never killed anybody.
One of Kevin's friends had to go to the hospital because he was helicoptering too hard and
Whoa.
he like sprained his dick basically, which I love. I just love knowing that story. It
Sprained his dick.
brings me a lot of joy. But yeah, he said he had like
Get a bruise.
black bruise around like the base of his dick
Ugh.
for a while.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Hey.
Have you ever had a DUI? Can I ask some advice for a friend of mine? No, I'm just joking.
I was like, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know who told you.
No. Have you?
No. Why are you
No,
asking?
neither have I. But this guy, he got a DUI, but
Mhm.
he was driving like a Power Wheels car.
Can you elaborate?
They just released the dash cam footage
Or
of the
Love
arrest because he was driving. So like this is literally a picture of him. You can see him. He's in the Power Wheels.
Wait.
It's like a plastic toy, like a Power Wheels.
I thought you meant like I wasn't
No.
picturing that.
No, it's fucked up.
Like
so
a child's toy.
yeah,
He's
it's
inside
it's
of
a child's toy.
toy.
and he was driving to get a can of gas. And the gas must have fallen off at some point. Either way, he's on meth. He's on a little bit of meth, a
Yeah,
little bit of weed.
I could have guessed that. one.
But it's like, dude. So you watch the dash cam footage. We're not going to play because it's really long. I did watch all of it, though.
multiple times.
So you watch the dash cam footage, and at the beginning, the cop, like, obviously was like, hey, buddy, like, how's it going?
What's
like, you
going
can't
on?"
ride that in the street because, like, nobody can see you. And he was like, oh, I was on the sidewalk back there, but the sidewalk ended. So, like, I can't ride it.
Which is kind of fair.
I think that it's perfectly reasonable, actually. I would go beyond fair. I think it's
Honestly, if he wasn't on
literally-
meth, I'd be like, leave the guy alone.
I think that he should be left alone. So the cop goes back to his squad car
Yeah.
and calls in, and he's like, "Hey, like, so here's the deal. Like, this he's in a little car." he's like,
And
he's
he
in a
says
little
that
car.
exactly. He's
Pretty
in a
much.
little
He's
car.
like in one of those little Power Wheels cars, and the dispatcher is like, what? Like, you can hear on the radio, and he's like, yeah, it's like battery operated car. And so he's like, what do I do if I find that he's under the influence? Like, what can I
That is
do?
a valid question.
And, obviously she told him, she was like, you can arrest him, apparently. And so then he fucking did. And it's like, dude, fuck off. Let this guy be high on meth and drive around his little Power Wheels.
Life is short.
And, dude, you know what? It's like, he's not hurting anybody.
No.
Okay, yeah, you probably shouldn't be doing meth. I'll give you that. Meth is bad to do.
Is bad.
Yeah, I would if we put things into good and bad categories. I would
Meth is
say
probably
meth is in the bad one, but weed, good.
And
Power
especially,
Wheels.
in
good.
fact, if you are an adult in a Power Wheels, I
Yes.
hope you are high.
Yeah, I feel like
in fact, I recommend
I feel
it.
like it's reasonable. And,
Yeah.
and dude, they fucking arrested this guy and gave him a DUI. Now he did have a previous DUI,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like clearly he learned from his mistake.
And he's like,
isn't
look,
this
I
what we're supposed to
won't.
want? He's been rehabilitated.
He's like, I still got to get around, but I'll follow the law.
Yeah.
And this is how I'm going to do it.
I just think it's fucking wrong.
I think it's
so
kind of
wrong.
rude.
And I also think that if you're a cop and you don't know that you can arrest him for that, then you shouldn't get to
Just
arrest him.
Err on
He
the
should
side
get
of
out.
no arresting.
Yeah, he should be able to get away scotch-free. If you don't know what the laws are, so you can't arrest him, then you should be able to get out of it. That's what I think.
I had a friend that had a similar experience.
What?
And he got a DUI on a scooter.
Dude, what a dummy. What a dummy little dipshit. On like a bird scooter?
Basically, yeah.
It should be.
It was one that he owned.
Yeah.
And he it was something like, I think he just decided to sell his car.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is quicker, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was coming home from the bar.
Yeah.
And the reason why he got caught is because he ate shit and fell into this ditch. And he woke up and there was a cop car.
Dude.
And he
Jesus.
took a breathalyzer test.
I mean, I get in that case, it's like at least you fell. And
Yeah.
but this guy is he's driving normally. And it's not like he's in the middle of the
Maybe
road.
the meth just evens him out.
He's on the shoulder of the road. Like, clearly they're at an intersection. So he is, like, in the street here. But
yeah.
there's nobody else around. It's like, dude, let this man live. I'm really fucking on this guy's side. Like,
You're like really watch him turn out to
he's
be a
getting
terrible
a raw
person.
deal here. This is not the way the justice system is supposed to be applied. It's
America's broken.
It is.
If this guy can't drive around on meth,
Come on.
what's the point?
What
have we been
happened
doing?
to this country?
This great American experiment.
What
are we
happened to
doing?
this country? But we have hit an hour here. So we did it.
Wow.
Breeze,
That
right?
just flew by.
Flew by. Do you have anything you want to plug? Tell the people where they can find your shit at.
Do I?
Yeah. Tell them. Tell Jake Off Nation.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I really hope that's
the
not
Nash.
genuinely what you're calling.
It's the
it.
Nash.
It's
That's
the
what. Hey, that's what the
Nash.
fans call themselves.
I don't think that's true.
Well,
Well, I mean, this will. I guess it's kind of a moot point, but I am headlining.
body language
Body
tonight.
language
Yeah.
tonight.
Well, this
Very
comes out on
excited.
Tuesday. So.
Well, you guys will know, and I'm sure
Yeah,
it goes great.
it went
so
great.
suck it, and
What's
it's sold out anyway, so it's not like you get a ticket.
What's your Instagram?
Just Lisa Pockets
There you go.
altogether. Yeah.
And thank you, as always. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast. I love you very much. Check out our Instagram at jakeand.off.podcast. And send anything at all to jakeand.off.podcast at
Wait,
gmail.com.
when you say anything,
Anything at all.
it's a whole breadth
Yeah,
of
send me lemon party. I'll
or
check it out.
meatspin.com.
Yeah, if you send it to the email, I'll look at it.
Look at
That's my promise.
Even a virus.
That's a promise.
Yeah.
But anyways, I love you. I love you so much. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.